The board knows how to be quiet. The board members, you know, be babbling all night, like they all do. Oh, okay, well, oh, man.
For exactly 1 year, and then LA incorporated it, but nonetheless, we're celebrating. So the event is called A Taste of Van Nuys. It's more of a community celebration. There will be food, but there'll be the Arthur Murray dancers, classic cars, videos, music, fun for the kids. It should be a nice evening. Saturday, August 27th at Civic Center in Van Nuys, where the courthouse, police station. Any money raised from the sale of food benefits Mid-Valley Community Police Council, who in turn benefits our own LAPD station. So hopefully everybody can come out and have a fun evening, Saturday the 27th. Thank you.
Okay, there are brochures on your table. Pick it up. Go enjoy this event. 100-year anniversary of Van Nuys. Very nice. A taste of Van Nuys. If you need literature, raise your hand, and Lenny will come by and give you a brochure. Okay, Lenny, over to the back behind you also. Okay. You all know about the fact that we have a new East Valley Adult Center, I think. Do you all know about that? Well, if you don't, we're going to introduce it to you right now. Here are two young ladies that want to tell you about it. Everybody, please, can I have your cooperation? Everybody, please, quiet. Howard?
What? I'm busy.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Hi everybody, I'm Sherry Report. If some of you might remember, I was here a couple of years ago and you generously helped me out with my fundraiser. I will be back in the fall to ask you about that again. But tonight, Roz Brown and I are here to make sure that you all know about the new Sherman Oaks East Valley Adult Center, located on the southeast corner of Hart Zook and Van Nuys Boulevard. Those three new buildings with the green and blue vertical color blocks.
I heard they leaked during the rain.
Yeah, well, it did. Anyway, we are finally moved in, and this is a partnership between Valley Interfaith Council, who is the contractor with the City of Los Angeles Department of Aging to provide essential senior services, and the City of Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks. So we have programs from both operations, which are now merged, which are offered and managed by the two of us. We are partners. We're close partners. And if you pick up this newsletter, this has all of the classes and activities listed, and it has all of the essential services that we offer as a multi-purpose center. I remember I told you a couple of years ago, we feed the homebound, we clean their homes, we bathe them, we do basically whatever they need. And we also have programs for active older adults. Now I'm going to let Roz take over and explain some of the stuff that's going on there with the Rec and Parks programs.
Hi, I'm Roz. I'm Senior Recreation Director too, but you can call me Roz. And I manage the recreation component, and the beautiful new buildings will be available for rentals also, to permit groups and for events and that sort of thing. So if you want to know about the recreation classes and activities, or about rental of the facility, you can call me. And if you have your own ideas about a club you'd like to form or an activity you'd like to see, as long as there's a time and a space available, we try to accommodate as many interests as possible. So please come and see us. We'll give you the nickel tour. And we look forward to serving the community. It's already going great, and more things are happening every day.
Yeah, they are. We're adding programs as we speak. People are walking in off the street volunteering to want to teach cooking classes and quilting classes and bocce ball. Uncle Tom or Uncle Joe is going to teach bocce ball class.
Howard wants to do a wine tasting club.
Oh, I like that, wine tasting club. It goes with the cooking class. Yeah. Okay, so everybody, please pick one of these up. And if you have senior friends, neighbors, or relatives, pick one up for them so that they know what we offer, okay? Thank you for your attention.
Okay, in case you didn't know,
Jules, I can't give you a light there.
hold on. Sherry is the executive director of this facility, and Roz is the director. Now, are there any seniors here?
No seniors here, just
Well,
adults.
for all you young people, Peter, for all you young people, you should really pay attention to what's going on at the senior center, the adult center, whatever you want to call it. It's a beautiful facility. You should go and visit it and check it out, because we're very fortunate to have such a great structure and facility here in Sherman Oaks. So, Sherry, are you going to stick around and all of that? A little while. Okay.
Table. I put them out. There are some over on the the entry table. This is from Vector Control, County Vector Control, about the flare-up we've had with West Nile virus in Studio City and Sherman Oaks area. So it's asking really everybody to take a little responsibility on this, to be very careful in terms of protecting yourself if you're out in the evenings when mosquitoes are biting. Also talks about how to check your yard and your friends and neighbors' yards for standing water where the mosquitoes can breed. So do pick this up, and if you want to spread it around your neighborhood, that would be a really good thing too. Now, the other thing is, I just want to comment very quickly on the senior center and how absolutely thrilled the council member is, and I am. It was no farmer's field, but I swear there were times in the 6 years from the first time we started talking about this to its completion that it felt a lot like that project. But it is done, and everything we're hearing is that it is great and that there is wonderful, wonderful things going on there and great services. So definitely stop by and check it out. And again, think about it, for particularly if you have some homebound elderly in your neighborhoods, because there are services that are available, and things are tough right now. I know we, the city, have raised the fees for solid resource. Everybody's getting very close to the edge, so get over here. They can give you some benefits and tell you about a lot of other programs. So please, we will be celebrating its arrival probably in about mid-September with a big grand opening. But first, we're letting them get comfortable. Now, I'd like to very quickly make one kind of small announcement and an introduction. Nikki, can I get you to come up? I've been doing this field work for over 14 years, and I kind of realized suddenly I'm sort of running out of time. If I'm going to do something else new and exciting before retirement, I better get going. So I have let Paul know that I will be leaving the field position, and he hired a wonderful woman. Nikki, some of you have already met Nikki, and she is taking over Sherman Oaks and Valley Village on the field side. We're going to take a couple of months to just ease through this, make sure we transfer information and get it done the right way. But I did want to let you know, because when you call our office, you will be talking to Nikki. So I'm going to give this over to Nikki and let her tell you a few things that are going on.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Nikki, as Pat Jen so kindly introduced me. I look forward to working with all of you. The announcements I was going to make have already been made. The Senior Center, all the good things that are happening in the community, and I look forward to working with all of you in the near future. I'll leave some cards out on a table up front in case anyone needs to get in touch with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. Nikki, what kind of events are taking place at the Senior Center right now? What are they doing? They're playing bridge, right?
Right this moment? I don't know.
They do have bridge at the Senior Center.
We've got everything.
Mahjong?
All in the flyer.
All in the flyer. What else, Sherry?
Oh, we got bridge, we
got mahjong, we got Yiddish club, we've got
What kind of club?
Yiddish.
Yiddish club.
Yeah.
Quilting. Quilting. All right. Do you all hear that? So if you don't have a place to go and have a good time, it's right around the corner from where you live. And it's beautiful.
Thank you, Jules.
Thank you, Sherry.
They're serving breakfast after we finish walking at the park?
Yes, for you, Howard. Richard?
Howard, taste us coffee, yes.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. Thank you very much.
Phenomenal. Yay!
Now, Stella is the captain, also known as the manager of the store in Sherman Oaks. Her staff is back there. She's got 4 or 5 staff members.
Kevin,
Chris,
Jeanette,
Jeanette,
and Brittany.
And what a spread of food, huh? And desserts. Now, this is what, the 3rd time I think you've done this, right? 3rd time. She did such a good job that I'm definitely going to call her again next year.
Get her next month.
Next month.
But you want to say a few words about what's going on in Trader Joe's? I hear rumors that they're moving on to Ventura Boulevard. Is that true?
No, I can neither confirm nor deny those rumors. I have heard the rumors too. As of right now, there's been no confirmation. So hopefully, though, anywhere we do go would have a much larger parking lot. Yeah, I know. Well, what's new at Trader Joe's is we have our flyer coming out, our end of summer guide, which features a lot of our favorites and some new products. If you haven't been in there lately, please come in and say hi. I'm there Sunday through Thursday. My name is Stella. If you have any problems or you don't have any problems and you just want to say hi, I'm there. Come in and see us. We have our demo station is up. We're now open at 8 a.m. We've been open at 8 a.m. for about 2 years. So people complain about the parking lot, but Jules can attest, if you get there early, it is
no problem.
A nice shopping experience. You're there at 8 a.m. You have the store to yourself. I want to thank you all for supporting Sherman Oaks for the last 38 years. Our Trader Joe's has been there since 1973, and it's grown and because of everybody here and the support of the community. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed everything tonight.
Thank you so very much. Boy, I'll tell you, what a wonderful evening. It's a food experience we have tonight. So, okay, one more reminder. Ask your question forms. John is standing up. This is your opportunity to find out, to ask your questions to Tim LEIWEKE. Any more forms filled out? Do you need any empty blank forms? They're on the back table. Back table. Okay, if you do decide to fill out one, bring it up here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jules. Okay, we're going to get started. A number of things we need to discuss. Can everyone hear?
Which one do I press to get the light down?
Okay, people in the back, we need your help.
The back light?
Matt Epstein, the enforcer, is out of town, so we're going to deputize a number of people in the back to please keep every quiet so other people can hear. Okay, why don't we start off, Michael Burback, going to update. He's chair of a committee on Sunny Slope that is actively involved in protecting the community. And whether or not you live in that area, this is important to everyone in Sherman Oaks. Michael?
Got it.
Okay, hello. I can be the enforcer for a few seconds if need be. I hope everyone will give me just a couple of minutes. My name is Michael Burnback. I live on Sunny Slope Avenue. I've lived on that street for 29 years. 29 years in Sherman Oaks. I've been a member of the association as long as I can remember. While I'm looking for my glasses, I'd like to move up? Okay. While I'm looking for my glasses, I'd like to thank the board. And I'd like to thank all of you for coming and listening to the problem that we're having that's going to affect all of you if this passes. Some of you know where Menchie's Yogurt is located at the corner of Ventura and Dixie Canyon. And a few blocks west of there is my street, which is Sunny Slope. At Ventura and Sunny Slope is a full block of 3-story commercial buildings. Now you all know we have commercial buildings on Ventura, and just north of the commercial buildings is an alley. And just north of the alley is my neighborhood. Now the first house north of the alley is a small cottage-style house at the address of 4216 Sunny Slope Avenue. The house sits on a lot that is zoned for parking, even though it is a residential small house. Used to have 12 parking spaces in the back that were public spaces, but when the new occupant came in, they closed off the spaces 3 years ago. But what they did is they started an illegal chiropractic doctor's office running a commercial business in this residential neighborhood. Now, they've been doing it for 3 years, even though they've been cited by the city. The city does nothing to enforce it. Now the city wants to reward these scofflaws for operating 3 years illegally by allowing them to file a permit for a zone change to build a 3-story condo and commercial building in the residential neighborhood north of the alley. If the change is approved, it will allow that to happen, and it's precedent setting because it's never been north or south of the alleyways of Ventura that a commercial property was allowed. This would be the first, and that will impact anyone who lives anywhere between Moore Park and Ventura or anywhere between, say, Valley Vista and Ventura, because there will be commercial permits allowed north and south of the alley. The application, by the way, is for a commercial doctor's office, and there's nothing to say that down the line that a marijuana doctor's office couldn't be put in along with the chiropractic doctor's office. Yeah. So, our entire neighborhood and the Sherman Oaks Homeowners Association here, you folks, as well as Studio City, Tarzana, and the other associations. I'm sorry.
Continue.
Okay, I'm sorry. Our entire neighborhood, our association, the Tarzana Association, the Studio City Homeowners Association, all are united, and all say, and I hope you will as well, no commercial north or south of the alleys, no out-of-scale developments, and no increased density. We need parking. This lot is zoned for parking, and it should either stay parking or stay residential. I ask you to please stand up and oppose this project with me by doing 2 things. One is to write our council member, Paul Krikorian, who's in that district, and tell him you oppose the project. And the other one is to please come to the planning meeting on September 22nd at 4:30 in the afternoon to oppose the rezoning. I'm going to pass out to you a little flyer here that has both Paul Krikorian's address and contact information and the hearing information. If you'll please come down there, and thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael, will you be here after the meeting if you have questions?
I'm happy to answer any questions or do whatever.
Okay, after the meeting, if you have other questions, please speak to Michael.
Thank you.
Okay, next I'd like to introduce the LAPD captain in charge of the Van Nuys division, Captain Snell, who is going to give us a brief update as to what is happening in the Sherman Oaks area, and we appreciate your coming here this evening.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I'm very glad to be here today. First of all, for those of you that don't know me, once again, I'm Captain Snell, and I've been in Van Nuys for now going on 6 months. I've been welcomed with open arms here, and I really enjoy working here. Some of the things that I've seen, though, are causing me some concern, and for those of you in the room, you can help us a lot with this. More recently, the crime picture in Van Nuys, the summers are always really tough for us. They're very tough for us in terms of because we have the kids out of school. Some of the parole releases, probation releases are causing us some increases in crime. So we are experiencing some increases in crime. On Ventura Boulevard recently, we had a homeless 65-year-old female who was responsible for at least 9 burglaries. And just so you know how she managed that, what she would do, she would normally go into a business, ask to use the key to the restroom, and then she would take that key with her. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, she was able to use that key, come back later at night, jiggle the lock, and manage to get inside the businesses, and she'd go in and take whatever she wanted. We finally caught her on camera. We were able to arrest her, but we believe she's good for at least 9 burglaries. There are a number of other incidents that have increased around Ventura Boulevard area as well. But more importantly, some of the things we've seen in just this week, south of the freeway, south of the 101 freeway and west of Kester, we've seen a significant increase in burglary and theft from motor vehicles. I think Monday we may have had about 8 or 9 vehicles broken into. That's one of the reasons that we put the lock it, hide it, keep it. We beat that to death. And for those of you that haven't seen this, there are a bunch of these on the back table back there. The lock it, hide it, keep it. What that essentially means is that if you want to keep it, you have to lock it up and you have to hide it. You can't leave things in plain view. You can't leave things so that the bad guys can see them in your cars, because what they do, they walk by and they look for opportunities. When they see those opportunities, they seize those opportunities and they break in your car and they take your things. So like I said, just within the past week, we've had 8 occur on 2 days. I think it was the 11th and the 12th. 8 cars broken into because they had things in plain sight, and they've made it easy for the bad guys to take their property. So please, if you do nothing else, and if you get nothing else from tonight, lock it, hide it, keep it. That's the best thing that I can give you tonight for all of you and for you to pass on to your friends. Once again, I'm happy to be here in Van Nuys. Thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Los Angeles Fire Department. John Novella has some interesting information that you're going to like but not like. John, where is John? He's going to make things safer, but...
Thanks for having me. John Novella, Fire Inspector with the Fire Department. Just want to let you know, it may not affect a lot of you on this side of Mulholland, on this side of the hill, but the Fire Department currently is cleaning a lot of streets of canopies, which I know a lot of you love. Through the years, a lot of vegetation has got real heavy, and it gives access for our fire trucks, paramedics to get into a lot of the homes up in the Hollywood Hills. The city's been wanting to do this for many years, and we actually started doing this last Saturday. I don't know if a lot of you have noticed down Laurel Canyon as you're coming from this side over. From Kirkwood all the way down to Hollywood Boulevard now. If you look up, you can see that from the curb all the way up, all the vegetation is cut back. We're going to be doing this on some major streets this weekend, and probably next weekend. Laurel Canyon, just know from 7 in the morning till about 2:30, it's going to be heavy in the traffic. What the guy's going to be doing is cutting down huge limbs, dropping them onto the street. They're going to stop traffic real quick, remove the limbs, and then allow traffic to get in. So if you would, just spread the word. And the project will last about 20-25 days. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Why don't we have deputies right here come up and introduce themselves as well. While they're doing that, let me ask Bob Anderson to come up and give us some updates.
That's a half hour. You ready? 15 more minutes. You're going to do what? 15 minutes. Oh, 15.
Hello, my name is Bob Anderson, and I want to give you a little update. You've all read the paper about the redistricting commission. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But the Citizens Commission, as of Monday, put out their final new maps for the state assembly districts, the state senate districts, and the U.S. congressional districts. And they're very, very different than where we are now. This was an independent commission, and it was supposed to be a work that was independent of the politicians, and they worked very, very hard. And if you're interested in knowing what the districts look like, I put together a map of our area. It shows in the middle where Sherman Oaks is in each of the 3 Assembly, Senate, and congressional districts. The good news is we managed to get Sherman Oaks to be entirely in each district. So we're not cut in half or cut into 3 pieces, or a little bit of us is with this one and a little bit with that one. So now we can talk with one voice. And I think that's going to be very good. So pick one of these up. There's one map for the Assembly, one map for the Senate, and one map for the Congress. And you can see what it looks like for Sherman Oaks. Also, on the I-405, if anybody is really interested in what's going to happen, because they're moving into Sherman Oaks and really going to start to work on retaining walls, there is a community meeting tomorrow from 6 to 8. You can go and hear from Caltrans and Metro. They'll tell you what they're going to do. You can ask questions. It's at the Merman School up on Mulholland tomorrow night from 6 to 8. If you'd like to go, it's open to the public. There's only one of those every 3 months. So it's a good time. If you live up in that area and you want to know how it's going to impact you, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Why don't we have the deputies introduce themselves?
Good evening, everybody. Wesley Hernandez, Office of Council Member Paul Peretz. I'm the field deputy for Sherman Oaks. It's good to see everyone again. Just some quick announcements. Councilmember Peretz will be hosting an emergency preparedness event on September 11th at the Sherman Oaks Galleria. That will be at 10:30 in the morning and it'll last till 1. We have partnered with LAPD, LAFD, the American Red Cross, and CERT representatives to give some pertinent information about contacts during a natural disaster or man-made disaster, as well as share some preparedness techniques. As for some citywide ordinances that the council member has been working on, right now, in case you haven't heard, the Helicopter Noise Relief Act proposed by Congressman Berman a couple of weeks ago, the council member proposed a resolution in support of that House bill. And so we hope that something can be done for the FAA to regulate helicopter noise around Sherman Oaks. We know how much trouble that caused during the 405 closure. Also, we are working on a ridgeline ordinance for the city. As you do know, the baseline hillside ordinance was passed a couple of months back. However, it does not apply to ridgelines, and we are actually putting forth a motion. It was actually proposed today, seconded by Councilmember Weezar, in order for planning to come back to the Planning and Land Use Committee and see exactly where we need to go and how much work needs to be done to have a ridgeline ordinance put in place for the city. And lastly, DWP water main breaks.
Many of them.
Many of them. Yeah, we actually got word from the DWP that this has a lot to do with overpressurization of water mains. And when you couple that overpressurization with old pipes that haven't been retrofitted in years, some in about 50, 60 years, it definitely causes corrosion and we have water main breaks. The good thing about it now is that we have found our weak points for water mains and we have remedied them.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, okay, we don't have time for questions, but he's going to be around. Okay, someone is parked in a red zone. The good news is you may get a very expensive ticket. The bad news is you'll probably get towed away. So if you're parked in a red zone, you better get out pretty quickly or the car will be gone.
It's a burgundy Buick, Mr. M on it, something like that. Anybody here got that?
Okay, next.
So just remember, you're going to get towed. You're parked in that red zone.
Thank you.
No announcements, just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Alex Ponder. I'm Assemblymember Mike FEIR's Deputy Chief of Staff. I'm glad I can join you today.
They want to get more.
Hi, I'm Alex Ponder. I work for Assemblymember FEIR. No announcements. I know you have a lot of business to attend to. Just glad I can join you tonight.
Thank you.
Nice to be here. I'm Pearl, Congressman Howard Bowman's secretary. I just brought the press release, which you all know about, on the helicopter bill that Howard's very excited about. And I also wanted to bring a press release to explain Howard's views on the deficit in Washington and why he voted for it. So those who might be interested, it's in the back. And
so is it on the table up there?
Okay. Thank you for letting me come.
Thank you very much. And anyone that wants more information about the helicopter bill to control helicopters, they can see either Pearl or Bobby Anderson. Next. Wait a minute, you don't represent us anymore. What are you doing here?
My name is Jason Levine. I represent Senator Fran Pavley, the 23rd State Senate District, which, for the time being, in the foreseeable future, includes Sherman Oaks. And I don't have many announcements right now. The senator has just gone back up to Sacramento. He sent 18 bills to the assembly that are working their way through, and we're looking forward to some great legislation. And I brought a newsletter sign-up sheet. If you don't get our monthly e-newsletter, you can write down your name and email address, or just your email address, I suppose, if you're so inclined, and you'll receive it monthly.
Okay, and I was just somewhat kidding. Brent Pavley, who represents us now under the new redistricting, will in a year or two no longer represent Sherman Oaks. It would be, I guess, Alex Kadir would be the new state senator. You understand? No.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm Eric Rodriguez. I'm from the office of State Assembly Member Bob Bloomfield. I represent the district of Sherman Oaks. I just have one announcement. We're working on a big, first ever annual Bob Bloomfield disaster preparedness event, September 24th. We're going to have it at the Encino Community Center. We'll have CHP, Los Angeles Fire Department, Police Department. And we're actually trying to get a puppet show, so please bring your kids. We're going to have a Red Cross puppet show, so that should be pretty neat. And if you have any questions, I'm in the back with business cards, and enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Tamar, update from the City Attorney's Office.
Hi everybody, I'm Tamar Gallupson with the City Attorney's Office. Again, Sherman Oaks in summer, so we're dealing unfortunately with still vacant houses, foreclosures, squatters. The interesting thing that we are seeing pop up has to do with people who are renting their houses out as either party locations, or they're treating them like a hotel and they're renting them by the night, by the week, or the month. We are seeing this all over the hillside, Sherman Oaks, Studio City, Hollywood Hills, kind of everywhere. Really nice houses being rented by the day, week, or month, and they turn into party houses. So we are trying to deal with it both on the LAPD side with noise enforcement and prosecutions. We're also trying to be real creative and try to figure out, for example, if the city's transient occupancy tax, the hotel tax, would apply to these people. So we're trying to be real creative. If this happens in your neighborhood, give us a call and we will work on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaking of the City Attorney's Office, I think we have the City Attorney here. And I think the last time he was here, he has to, Nooch, no more schmoozing, please. Last time, you know, we played tough here. Not as tough as you, but we played tough. Last time you were here, did you say that you had no intention of running for district attorney? Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you said. So, why don't you give us a brief update, and are you running for the district attorney?
We haven't made a decision.
Okay.
Someone said run.
A lot of stuff is going on in the city, and all you folks are intricately involved in it. The gentleman that you have here tonight, Tim Lewicki. The gentleman that you have here tonight, Tim Lewicki, will speak with you about the AEG deal, Farmers Field. We made sure that the city attorney's office was involved in the process, negotiating the deal. We have a good document that protects the citizens of Los Angeles and the residents of LA, so that there won't be any public money spent. And all we have to do now is you folks have to hold our feet to the fire to make sure that the final document mirrors the MOU, and we'll be fine. And we'll have a football team, we'll have a stadium, we'll have another crown and the jewel of Los Angeles. So we worked hard towards that. And I can tell you that, Tim, we met on Saturday when we thought the thing was going to fall apart and we didn't think we were going to be able to put it together, but we both decided to work to yes, and we got there. And I'm very proud of the folks at AEG, and I'm very proud of the folks in my office that actually held the city's feet to the fire to do the work to get this MOU signed. And the tough part is yet to come. We have a lot more negotiating to do, and we need to get a final agreement that mirrors that MOU. So I'll let Tim address the rest of it. What do you want to hear about? Sign ordinance?
Yes.
We got issues, folks. We have issues. There's something before Plum right now that's going to go to the council. I expect that all you folks will weigh in with your councilmen as to your feelings on these issues in regards to whether or not you want signs in your parks. That's one of the issues that's going to be brought up. I have my own personal feelings, but I can't let my personal feelings get in the way of my job as a city attorney. From a legal standpoint, our ordinance right now is working. There are some modifications being planned to that ordinance. Next month, if you guys want me to come back and talk more specifically about it, I'll be glad to do that. Tim and I have some work to do on the convention center signs, and we'll get that done. But there are appropriate places for signs in the city, and there are inappropriate places for signs in the city of Los Angeles. And I intend to stand fast, and I mean stand fast, that the inappropriate places for signs, there will be no signs, period. We demand quality of life in our city. The mobile billboards, I know that's what you're going to talk to me about. The cavalry's on the horse, pal. We're coming. What's the story? The cavalry is on the horse. We do not talk about open investigations in the city of Los Angeles. But I can tell you this, that it's squarely a bleep on the screen. And it's a very large bleep, and I know that you guys are bleeping at me every single day. I get the emails. And I understand what it means. So we will take care of that. What else? They said we couldn't get a graffiti injunction. Remember that? All that stuff when we first got elected. They said it was prior restraint of speech. Guess what? We beat the ACLU in court, and we have a graffiti injunction now. And we will be expanding those people on the list who want to deface your property. They will be put in on that injunction. We settled, you probably read in the paper, you saw my picture in there, where we settled for $4 million against Fuel Outdoor for their illegal signs. We basically took their profit out of the deal. There's no profit in operating illegally in the city of Los Angeles anymore. And we gave $2 million to the County of LA, and we asked them to use that money to set up a trust fund so there would never be a problem with rape kits. And we got in trouble for it. I can't believe it. No good deed goes unpunished. You give them $2 million, you say, hey, how about spending it this way? And people complain. So at the end of the day, it's something that we need to do. We need to fund that. So we're safer in our malls, we're safer in our parking lots, we're safer everywhere, so that rapists and murderers and felons are off the street. By the way, 40,000 felons were released from prison, another 33,000 left to go. We need to address public safety in a big way in the city of LA. So, I could talk about almost every aspect of the city. You just name the topic. If you want to ask a question, I'll be glad to answer it before this microphone is pulled away.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming by. Uninvited, but most welcome. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, let's briefly hear about planning matters. What the position they're running for. Marshall, quick update.
Hi, I'm Alfie Heitmeyer. I represent the Deervale Park community. Deervale Park is at the top of Deervale Place, going all the way down to Valley Vista. A developer had been trying to get permits to build 2 homes. He retained 2 lots right on top of the park, and he has been trying to get those those building designs approved. The area is subject to the Mulholland Design Review Board, and the board had approved 1 home of 7,700 square feet, but had declined the approval of a 2nd home, which would have been right on top of the ridge. It would have taken 20 feet down from the Deervale Park ridge line, and he is trying for that again now. There's a little piece of street that leads right into the park that is owned by them, but the city has a right to build a street on that surface. He's asking us to vacate that right, and we are saying, the community says, we might be willing to do that if you grant us a public easement for our trail to reconnect to the existing trail. He needs to give us access to the park, but he would like to do that right at the entrance, right into the ravine. Thereby, the homes have 80,000 square yards of backyard, and public cannot access the park. So that's it very quickly. We're on it.
Thank you. Several of us met with Councilman Krikorian to review projects in the neighborhood. Of particular interest was the IVT project, was the 500 condominiums on Sepulveda, just north of Galleria. We've tried to get a meeting with their development manager, Paul Kruger, but he's been unwilling to meet with us until some revised plans are completed. There have been plans in existence for over a year now, but they are working with the neighborhood council, not us, in order to try to get a more satisfactory development. Paul Krikorian's position was that he didn't want to take a position until the plans had been completed. His previous position was he wasn't going to take a position until the community input had been reviewed. So anyway, we're ever hopeful, and that's the main project right now.
Thank you. Someone who did come up earlier, Nikki, come on up and just introduce yourself. Why are you here? Yes. Here, come here. We're going to give you work. So that people don't know who you are, they're not going to give you work to do. Who are you?
I am Nikki. Sorry, I've been introduced. I don't put you.
Well,
do it again. You were councilman.
That was in the pre-meeting. That doesn't count. This is the real meeting.
This is the real meeting.
And new people came in. Okay.
I am Nikki. I'm new with Councilmember Paul Krikorian's office. I will be taking over for Pat in a few months. I look forward to working with all of you. I've left some cards on the table. Feel free to call me. Contact me if there's anything I can do for you.
So, anyone who lives north of Ventura Boulevard, if they have any problem whatsoever, you are the person to speak to. Is that correct? That's okay. Just want to make sure. Any candidates in the room that want to introduce themselves quickly, come on up. Who are you? I know who you are, but tell them who you are and what race you are running for. And later on, we'll find out more about you, but not tonight.
Great. Thanks, Richard. My name is Brian Johnson. I live in the new 46th Assembly District, and I'm running for the Assembly in the new 46th Assembly District. You know, I began my career as a first grade teacher, and since then I've been working in public education, so I think a lot about the future of California, because I see the future of California every day. And I am running to fight for the future of California, to make sure that every family has a great public school they can send their child to. We can invest in 21st century.
And when is the election?
The primary is in June of 2012.
2012?
That's right. I'm working hard. I'm here so I can get to meet everybody, okay, and hear the listen about what are the issues that matter most to you. That's why I came here early.
Well, Nooch used to came like 16 out of the 19 months prior to the election.
I know, so I got 9 months. 9 months before the primary, and 14 months before the general. So I'm here.
Thank you very much. Okay.